other. We are not in a space. Make sure that you do not move in a space where you are comparing to anyone else's. That has been a theme for many, 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 many years, and it's like a staple of truth. Because the less that people are competitive with others, the more open they are to the possibilities of self. The more open they are to the possibilities of the I am. How can you be the I am? How can you be the I am if you are, trying to be somebody else or trying to fit in somewhere that, if, like, for instance, how people, you have people who try to fit in, don't belong. Rejection is protection. Excuse me. Rejection is protection. Good morning. She said yesterday's Java was very entertaining. It was skipping like I don't know what on Instagram. I did update the app, so it should be better here today, people. Okay. All right. So let's see where we're going with this. We're gonna start off with these girls that helped me along the way. So let's see here. Keep a question in your heart, whatever question that you hold near and dear to you. You may still hear something that you need instead of what it is that you want to hear. It's part of the game. Something may have been pulling you, nudging at you. This may be some type of confirmation that comes through for you. But overall, we need you to be the best you that you can be in this moment. Because the next moment, we just don't know. That's why we go back to the 4 agreements. And it's not easy. Nobody should ever try to make it easy or try to tell themselves that they have arrived, because as long as you are living, you will continue to arrive. You will continue to arrive. You will continue to explore. You will continue to become more aware. But what is that on there? I don't know what sound that is. All right, let's get into it. Thank you, SD. There go our Lux ambassador, Miss Charlisa. I can't do the hair thing because I'm going to mess my hair up real bad. What information you have for this? We're going to do 3 reads. So you can choose to listen to all 3, or you may get the confirmation that you need from the first one or the second one or whatever. But overall, pull up your drawers. Thank you. I remember I thought everybody wore drawers. They like drawers up for boys. I thought everybody wore drawers. Whatever. Neither here nor there. What do you have for these beautiful people? You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping and teaching and parenting children. Some of you may be in a space where you are unsure if that is really part of your path. That goes back to what we talked about the other day. I don't remember which day. That had to do with those of you who are teaching, or you are dealing with children under the age of 12, preferably 7, but under the age of 12, your job is important, very important. If you are a parent, this is a good time for you to, or if you have raised children, maybe you want to write a book, maybe you want to create something that helps others through the things that, because oftentimes your pain can be your profit, and some of you may be in that space, but overall, you know how some people, real quick, there are some people who were meant to be mothers. That is just it. That is just all. Whatever it is, they are mothers to many, mothers to their children, everybody else's children. Maybe they have a lot of foster children or what have you. Some people are really built like that, and that's what they came here for. So it's a divine purpose. So let's continue to move forward. Some of you may even be in a space where you are questioning if you should have a child with your husband right now. If you ask me, I think that you should wait. If you are newly married, maybe you want to wait a while so that y'all can get to know each other more and figure another out a little more, because kids change the dynamic of relationships. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Oftentimes, and it's sad to say, men become distant when the kids are, or they don't become distant. It's just not they jam. They provide, but they just don't know. Like maybe when a child can play sports or something, they get extremely involved. So it depends. You know your man or your woman, because some women may be in a space where they're not ready for that because of. Sometimes you can weigh or gauge. There's a way to gauge if you are really ready. How does your moon phase? How productive are you? How do you handle your pre-menstrual, your PMS, and how do you handle your post-menstrual? How long does it take for you to clear that out or identify when it's going on and when you are really tripping out? Because a lot of times women do be tripping out. You don't let so much build up to the point where when it's time for you to release, it hurt, it's heavy, you're doing a lot of crying. There's a huge cleansing because that's you cleansing, right? So that's a huge cleansing and releasing. But if you are not able to handle the way that because that can really be something that is important to look into because after you have a child, postpartum depression can go from a couple of months, a couple of years, a lifetime. Sometimes people get stuck. So you just want to be mindful of that. Do you have the insurance for any type of counseling for after you have your child? Do you have help with your child? Because no matter what book people write in the first place about raising children, every child is not the same. Keep going. Get out of folks' business. Every child is not the same. Even if you have 5 kids by the same person, all of them are not going to be the same. They are not going to require the same amount of attention. They are not going to require the same amount of money. They are not going to, because oftentimes the children, you will notice very early on the personality of the child. They just grow more into it. Moving forward, what do you have here for beautiful people? That goes back to what I was saying on YouTube when I did the shorts. I said do a compatibility check because that's one way to do it. Do a compatibility check with you and your child, right? Or however you decide to do it. It's your life. What do you have here for these beautiful people? What do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. All right, that goes back into whatever it is that you wanted. Whatever you seek is seeking you, but it's important to make sure that you are not handing over your power. Another way of handing over your power is in the form of negative thoughts, negative deeds, negative everything that will counter what it is that you want. So you want to try not to block yourself, right? Basically. But some of you may be in a space where the canvas is clear. The canvas is clean. You can begin to paint what it is that you dream. Thank you. What information do you have for these beautiful people, honey? There she go with them thigh highs on. I don't think y'all can see it. I was looking at the video yesterday and I was like, they can't even see them damn cards. See them cards. What do you have for these beautiful people, honey? When you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, sea bath, or a pedicure. I think that came out one time last week. And as per usual, also what goes with this, that is very important that you will realize and recognize on your journey, is that taking time out to really sit with your emotions, sit with how you are feeling about certain things. Because when you get too caught up in your feelings about certain things, situations, nouns, it can drag you down. It can have you to drag your feet. It can have you in a space. That's probably why it's coming after this divine purpose. The canvas is clean. It's time. The slate is clean, clear. What do you want? Draw it in the stars. Draw it in the air. Draw it in the atmosphere. And then take excellent care of yourself as well so that you will be able to be in a more relaxed space where you will be able to identify what's been worrying you, bogging you down. What is it? Even if it's just natural strength that you pick up throughout the week. Take time out to just really sit with yourself, do what is necessary to really do that self-care routine, but also going into a space where you are sitting with your emotions. How do you feel about certain things? What is it that is really weighing you down after you clear the clutter, which is in the 90-day journey to mindfulness. But overall, it's a simple to do. 30 minutes a week will help you out a whole lot. It'll really relieve you so that you won't become so bombarded. That also goes back to the menstruation, the menstrual cycle. Because I don't know if the menstrual cycle, excuse me. That also goes back to the menstrual cycle, because if you are doing this weekly, by the time your cycle comes, you will recognize that you have been clearing and relieving and releasing yourself of certain things, so that when it does come, it's like smooth sailing. Unless you had a lot of huge things that you were releasing over that time. So of course, and especially if you do your spiritual baths on a regular basis, if you really cleared out some heavy stuff, it's going to come out in that way. So you may want to recognize that as well. You got to pay attention to you, because everybody, we already know, everybody, excuse me, turn that off. I think it's this today. Baby, you got to turn it off, honey. Now, what information do you have for these beautiful people? You are flying high right now, which may threaten others. Do not descend. And that's the other part of not allowing negative thoughts to get in the way of what it is, the direction that you are going, what it is that you are holding strongly towards or to. What you are seeing and having, what you are seeing, what you sat in meditation and saw. The end result. But you know, daily you got to do something that is working towards that, because you can't be like, oh, I wish that this would happen, and then all of these things just happen. Sometimes it's going to take for you to do some work. And you know, that also goes back to the relationship that you have with yourself, because anytime you have a good relationship, or good enough for the level in which you are, anytime you have a good relationship with yourself, what happens is you allow yourself to be okay with where you are. You allow yourself to not beat yourself up for where you are going, where you are deciding to go, that may offend other people. People close to you may become offended to the point, because it goes to a card in the Isis Oracle deck, where it's about not sharing certain things with people, because sometimes people can, and it's sometimes it's human nature. Sometimes people can, out of nowhere, be jealous of what it is that you are creating, or that you are a creative and you are actually working on and utilizing that in your day-to-day life. You have these visions, these big dreams, these big goals, and if you share them with the wrong person, or if you try to bring everybody with you, a lot of people don't want to go. A lot of people are not meant to go. That's why you got to have a good relationship with yourself, so that you will know that you are not codependent on these people to get you to the next level. They played their part, right? They played their part. What happened, car pusher? I ain't seen you in a minute. What happened, car pusher? Y'all can't hear. Can y'all hear now? Hey, Kano. Oops. I forgot I was over there. This is, let's see. I wonder if it's this music. Hold on, y'all. Oh. Okay, can y'all hear? Julie, can you hear? Can y'all hear now? Car pusher, can you hear? Can you hear? Okay, Kano went over there. Kano, can you hear? Because we're going to go jump right on back in. It's skipping. We see what the thing is. Okay. It's choppy. Okay. No, come right back. Hey, Monique. Oops. All right, so we're going to continue, okay? Because we already took too much of a break. So we're going to continue. Okay, Julie, is it choppy? So you have this, you are flying high, do not descend for anyone. That means do not come off of your square. Canuck, what you think? Do not come off of your square. Here, take time out to take a break. Hey, honey. It's much better. All right, so take time out. So really, really quick. Some of you have a divine purpose for working with children. Some of you are in a space where it's time for you to create something new. The slate is clean and clear. The Facebook name is the same as the name here, the House of Oshun. Okay. All right, so, let me do this. Let's do that for the sake of Instagram. So when you take excellent care of yourself, it's going to be very important that you keep in mind that the direction that you are going is going to offend people. Here, it's important that you remember that people who are around you, people who are in your energy or near you may not be in agreement because they may have an issue with their creativity or their ability to be as open-minded as you, right? So that's most of what we went over, as well as taking time out to really take time out to do your emotional to-do list. Take time out to really pay attention to your direction, which direction you are going, what is allowed to go with you, what kind of views, feelings, or what have you should be going with you as well. Communication, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael. So courage is coming through. Ask Archangel Michael for courage. Ask Archangel Gabriel for discernment or help with communication or communicating your needs clearly. You also have Merlina. There's something here that Archangel Michael is helping you with when it comes to any type of confusion in the third dimension. It may have to do with you detaching from a certain thing, coming in alignment with someone who may not be in agreement with you and seeing their point of view. Okay, seeing their point of view, how it is that they are viewing things, how it is that you could possibly view things. Because there's also a Stara and Chantel here that have to do with a new romantic cycle. Maybe someone is coming back. Maybe there's reignited passion between you and someone. Someone wants to offer you something they feel as though you deserve the best. Whatever it is that you desire is going to take some time for it to come, because conditions have to be figured out. I'm still showing the cards over there on Instagram. So y'all are ending a cycle. So this has a lot to do with what you have learned and how you will implement in the future what it is that you have learned. But they keep saying, oh, excuse me. They keep saying that it's important that you take time out. It's important that you connect with your team. It is so important. So that's the first message here. We're going to keep going. All right. So let's get into the Osho deck. Okay, Kanote. Keep going. Keep going. Ooh. And even though, ooh, baby, they don't want this mess to come out here today or what? Because I turned that thing off, so it ain't dead. But even though some of you may not be in a space where you are ready to date or what have you, that also has much to do. That also has much to do with the romantic stirrings of your heart, the dance that you have, you and the universe. 7 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. So there's something that needs to be cleared out. Make sure that you stand firmly in what it is that you plan to do and how you plan to do it. What is going to be required of you? What is your number one priority? So you got your 20-80 rule. What's the number one priority? So let's go ahead and get 3 cards for the second read. What information do you have for these beautiful people at this time? Change. Change is inevitable. That has to do with the World card, but also it's just that this is a cycle of life, the Wheel of Fortune. There's a cycle that is coming to an end, but they need for you to tune in, turn in, so that you can open up to your creative influxes, so that you can, this is like self-realization or self-actualization in the level in which you are, right? What information do you have for these beautiful people, honey? Morality. There may be an energy here. Both of these are black cards. That morality card has it where some type of lies, deceit, some type of backstabbing, sabotage, or what have you is coming to an end, because it's getting very intense. The more that you relax, the more that you are happy and joyous, this intensity, this intense influx is going to stop. You're going to become more receptive to the beautiful energies, the beautiful information. And see, that's the thing about that. Remember we said something about negative thoughts in the first read? When it comes to releasing all of that and not allowing it to get you down, or not allowing it to take over, not allowing it to keep you in a space that will be limiting, because a lot of you may have come to a space where you realize your limits and your limitations, right? You realize what is going to be necessary for you to step out and step up more. And with this receptivity and this mind card, there's a lot of information that's about to come into you, come through, but they want you to trust and have an understanding of what has transpired, what has happened in the recent past that is important for you to know. To allow things to exist as they are. Try not to change things that are not, it's not up to you to change them. Allow divine intervention to take its course, because you will have a reason to celebrate. Some of you may be reconciling with someone that you do trust. There may have just been some type of misconception, some type of disagreement because of some type of conditioning. Maybe the two of you just didn't see eye to eye with rearing a child. Maybe you didn't see eye to eye regarding relationships. Maybe you didn't see eye to eye when it came to just the mundane things in life. I don't know what it is. But someone is trying to, maybe y'all having a sip and paint party. It's some kind of party or something that you are indulging in, or something that needs your attention. This may have to do with travel, communication, A lot of information is coming in very, very fast. I also feel like people are going to begin to, there's a level of respect that comes with whatever you are about to do. There's a level of respect and honor that comes with whatever this is that you are about to do. You just have to make your way out of this hole. And sometimes you trying to force yourself out of a hole digs the hole even deeper because you're not using your discernment. You're not allowing yourself to be in a space where you're open to receiving divine instruction on what your next move is. What is it that you should be focusing on? What is it that needs your attention? Because oftentimes, as we go back, there are things that require your attention, and then there are things that desire your attention. And it's on you because you have free will. So it's on you how you view those things, how you interact with what is required and what is desired. All right. What do you have here for these beautiful people, honey? Instagram, y'all can't see me because it kept acting up. All right, here go the third read. That was fast. Okay, we're going to slow this one down. The first card up is Beyond Illusion. Seeing beyond illusions. What do you have here? That was four. Okay. What do you have here for these beautiful people in this third read, honey? A new vision. I think Taurus got this. I did the indie reads and dropped them in the foyer and the cellar this morning. They were very interesting to say the least. But let's see here. What do you have for these beautiful people? Trust. All right. So this goes even with that first set of conversation that we did. The first set of cards. So with this seeing beyond illusion, we are in an interesting space here in just the world, Craig. We are in an interesting space. So seeing beyond illusions is removing the mask, right? Some of you may be in a space where you are seeing things more clearly, clearer than you had in the past. You are seeing things for what they are and not adding your own extra information to what it is, right? There's something here with a new vision, you being able to maneuver in a way with this new insight, this new information, this new way of doing things. You got the Two of Swords and the Six of Wands. This is finding your way out of some dark, because that ship is dark. But this ship says you reached the goal. The flag has been waved here. So with this Two of Swords, there may be a decision that you had to make. There was two ways of looking at it, maybe more. But we're going to say two. And that's what caused indecision, or you just being in a standstill before making a decision. Whatever decision that you make will be successful. It will be the right decision. But the thing about it is this is about clearing out any confusion, clearing out any challenges, clearing out some shadow work that you may have thought that you needed to thrust into. You don't have to be thrusted into it, because I feel as though it's the sun. You make whatever decision you need to make, you're going to make that decision, and it's going to be the right decision. The trust card. The more that you trust the process, the more that you trust your connection to the Most High, the more that you trust that you are doing the right things for the right reasons. Because at the end of the day, it's important that you remember. It's important to remember that everything that you do comes back to you. It's important for you to remember karma escapes no one and nothing, right? So when it comes to that, you become more mindful of the things that you do out here in this world. You become more mindful of the way that you want to, let's just say, before you roll up out of here, how you want things to go. What is your legacy? Who are you at the end of the day? We're going to say at the end of the day to keep it cute today. So at the end of the day, who are you? What is your destiny? If something happened to you today or tomorrow, where will you be going? Oftentimes, real quick, I'm not going to get too spiritual. Oftentimes, in this side of spirituality, because we don't see it as You die and then nothing happened. We don't see it as that. Okay? But there are many ways to view it. But at the end of the day, what is it that you like? For instance, many people say, I don't want to come back here. Well, one of the things about not coming back here is that, are you learning the lesson that you needed to learn? Are you raising your frequency and connecting on an omega space instead of being in a space where you are constantly in this gerbil wheel of the third dimension? That's a simple way to put it. Overall, where will you be if something happened to you today or tomorrow? Will you be afraid? Because sometimes when we communicate with people who just crossed, and I did want to talk to y'all about that, but I'm not going to talk to y'all about that today. But sometimes they don't. That's why you got some of them be causing havoc and just doing stuff, thinking that they still live in their old house. Like, sir, you need to go. You don't live here no more. This ain't your place no more. But at the end of the day, where do you see yourself going here and afterwards? But because that's going to have a lot to do with how you maneuver now. Sometimes people get so caught up in hurt, pain, sorrow. They become so bitter. They become so dark or filled with darkness that they forget the innocence they're in. Sometimes people are their innocence is robbed very early on, and they are very bitter about that. They didn't get counseling or some type of help with it. So what happens is people, some of those people, not all of them, they don't get to fulfill their life purpose, their calling, what it is they came here to do. Because they got so caught up in this world and how this world has treated them and how this world has, and people are so evil and so bad. Then you learn, go around people. Look at this, the Page of Pentacles and the Devil. There may be some type of offer that is coming in that may not be healthy. Maybe a younger earth sign that is needing some type of assistance or some type of help with some type of, well, it may not be a younger one, but it may be someone who, this may be someone that you are connected with that's send me a pic, motherfucker. Ignore it. Send you a pic. Go on my Instagram. All right. There's a choice that needs to be made. Someone will, the Knight of Swords, excuse me, someone will be communicating with you or wanting to communicate with you. It's coming out of nowhere. But that Devil card kept coming up. The Empress and Judgment. Something huge is about to happen. Just be mindful. Before you can even give birth to this child, this idea, whatever this creative project is, you're going to have to see something play out first. Something has to play out. Seven of Pentacles, yep. Keep working on it. Keep focusing on what it is, how far you have come, what it is that you worked on so far, what connects to that in this space when it comes to that clean slate that is provided to you. Ten of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. I'm telling you, something has to end. Judgment Day is approaching. And it's been going on for quite some time on many levels. That's why you got to be mindful real quick. Real quick. Okay? If you are dealing with someone that is emotionally abusive, physically abusive, financially abusive, whatever kind of abuse it is, physically abusive or what have you, you really want to check yourself. Check in with yourself, right? Because even if you are the person that's doing it, because sometimes people have to be more accountable of what it is that they are doing as well. But if you have been in a relationship or in a space with someone that long, you've been trying to get away, this is the year. This is the damn year. And I really like for relationships to last, but some relationships are not meant to last. They were built on faulty foundation. And when people are going through this, because you see so many, Fatal Attraction been playing, and all I be seeing on there are women getting caught up with men in their emotions, don't know how to handle their emotions. The ego and the emotional aspect of just not being able to have discipline or the emotional intelligence, because women do this stuff to men too though. But I'm just saying, that Fatal Attraction thing, it's worse than Snap. I remember watching Snap back in the day. It'd be more women on there. And young women. Maybe that's some of y'all divine purpose to talk to younger women, younger men. Because even with the younger men, they need to learn how to deal with their emotions. Because they don't do nothing but turn in, like the young women and the younger men, turn into older women and men who do not know how to deal with their emotions. And by not doing so, they get frustrated. They don't know where to direct that solar plexus and that sacral chakra energy to be more productive. They don't know what, because they got fucked up role models too. They don't know where to direct certain energies. They don't know how to direct them. They get frustrated. They do things that they may later regret. And sometimes you can't take shit back. You got to go and take your lead. Excuse me. All right, let me go and get up in here. Yes, Gerald. That go Gerald mean yes, maturity. What information do you have here for these beautiful people? But we need more of that. That's why I was telling somebody, I guess they thought it was funny, but I was like, there is a lot going on in the world, Craig. But what about around the corner? We just talked about this the other day. What about around the corner? What's happening around the corner that may need some attention? And no, you cannot save everybody. The Four of Cups and the Hangman. Take time out to reevaluate how you feel about certain things, what it is that you want to do, what has worked, what hasn't worked, what relationships have worked, why haven't they worked, what can you do to elevate a little more, evolve a little more, and what it is that is going to be required of you when you move forward into this change of mind, change of heart. King of Swords. Someone doesn't want an offer. Now, with this King of Swords and the Knight of Swords, there's some type of communication coming in from a male. This may be someone who has a lot to say about what you got going on. This may be someone who has a lot to say or tries to involve themselves in what you have going on. Judgment and the Six of Swords. I told you it's going to clear itself out. Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. This is balance and clarity in the direction that you are going and how you are going, who you are dealing with, how you are dealing with them, when do you deal with them, why do you deal with them. But overall, this is a lot of, this is that balance that comes in filled with gratitude. You're grateful for what it is that you have. You're grateful for what it is that you've been through. Because you wouldn't be who you are if you hadn't gone through nothing. Everybody has some type of testimony. Everybody. Now you know what direction you want to go. They're taking you slow for a reason. They are ordering. Your steps are ordered. So you have to be more mindful of how you are moving forward. Whatever it is that you are waiting for before making a decision here. Some of y'all docked y'all boat for a second. Let me use the boat. Boop, boop. Let me use the damn boat. What is this? Trust. The King of Pentacles. This may be a job that is coming through. Someone needs to trust the process when it comes to this job that is coming through. This King of Pentacles. This may be the person that you are interviewing with. If you are interviewing with a man, pay attention to his handshake. Oh, man. Pay attention to his handshake. That's number one. If you are interviewing with a man, pay attention to how stern he is in asking you questions. Pay attention to how stern he is, if he is stern at all. If he's trying to make you too comfortable, do not get comfortable. This isn't about any type of sexual advances or anything like that. Sometimes people want to act like they're not a threat to get you comfortable, to get you to say some stuff that you'll rehearse for them job interviews. Okay? Go back to the drawing board. Rehearse. You got to. Because I feel like some of y'all may be needing to trust that everything is going to work out. If you do interview with this man, make sure that you make eye contact. Make sure that when you shake his hand, I can't do it with my hands. But when you shake somebody's hand, you want to be very firm. You don't want to bend your wrist. Woman, man, chick, or child. But you want to be very firm in your handshake. So practice your handshake as well. You want to cuff the whole palm and interlock here. Just a little tip. Whoever this is that you may be interviewing with, because I feel like this is a job with this King of Pentacles. Maybe you are working for someone. You have to interview with somebody that's closer to the top of the company, not a manager, not a supervisor, like a COO or something like that. I don't know what that is. But be mindful. I feel like this person may be very intuitive, or they just studied a lot of... Here's the thing. Regardless of how you view it, regardless of how you hear it or see it, even the people who are drawn to psychology, whatever level of psychology that they are drawn to. These are high level intuitive people. They just honing their gift and their craft to have more of a backing for their intuition. So this person may come off as someone who can read body language very well, like they studied it or what have you. This is a very intuitive person. So you'll pick that up, but try not to get into side conversations with this person, because again, I feel as though the way that this person, even if it's you going on a date, it could be the same. Whoever this is, they're trying to get you comfortable enough to see how you operate in comfort. Move forward. What is this King of Pentacles doing, Chad? Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or just overall someone who is very stable, someone who is very driven, someone who ain't really taking no shit. They are about productivity, production, quotas, numbers. Somebody may be an assistant to this person. What is this King of Pentacles? 3 of Cups. You're going to have a reason to celebrate. And now for others of you, there may be a reconciliation with an earth sign. Ooh. Yeah, there may be a reconciliation with an earth sign. But overall, this may even be balancing your mind, body, spirit. This may be balancing or an Aries. That's that boss again. Because Aries come off as the boss, the Hierophant, the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. Whatever it is that you have signed up for, Queen of Wands is fine. So we're going to leave Queen of Wands over there. Somebody is fine on your Page of Pentacles. Some offer that is made or something that you are working on. Here, Temperance and the 2 of Cups, the High Priestess, and the 4 of Swords. So everything that you do in moderation. Make sure that you take time out to heal. That you take time out to really work on what needs to be worked on and how it needs to be worked on. Because if you are connecting with this person or these people, the Emperor and the Hierophant. Many of y'all are really about to boss up in some sense of the word. So that's why it's also important for you to gather yourself where you are. It's important for you to make peace with the past, because the future going to have you hauling ass. So in the present, you just need to, pay attention to what you need to. This offer that's coming in comes with, this could be a job offer. This could be a letter that you've been waiting to receive. This is something being handed to you for you to be, you got to master something, or there's something that you are mastering that this offer has to do with. It could easily just be that somebody want to take you on a date, or somebody going to give you a gift. Boom. Your husband, your wife. Some type of documentation is coming through about something that happened at work. The court is ruling. Or if it's not the court, there's a lady with a hair wrap in this card. Yep, it's time to get out them cards. But there's something being ruled in your favor. Sit high, look low. Sit high, look low. There's some type of conversation that is coming in. Someone may be coming in to apologize, or there may be some type of, you may have a conversation with someone and realize that they are not as well versed in a certain subject or a certain subject as you thought. 7 of Cups and the 2. You have a decision to make. There may be a number of options or opportunities available to you. You want to make sure that you make the right decision, so make sure that you use your discernment. Audit, audit, audit. There's some type of clarity that's coming. Some of you may see a lot of birds, or birds may be flying near. Something I read the other day tripped the fuck out about birds being used to spy. I don't understand. It's just too many levels of the game. But you may begin to see a lot of birds, or different types of birds than the birds that you usually see. And you want to see what time it is, or what is the synchronicity. What does this bird have to do with? You can look up the birds. Look at this. Queen of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. This may be some type of clarity on someone who tried to betray you. This may be some type of clarity on someone that you walked away from because of a betrayal. You saw things for what they were, the High Priestess and the Moon. Some of you are extremely gifted, you see. And people try to For some reason, people try to get over on you, but you see. Even if you tell, that's what's crazy. Even if you read somebody down, right? They still will try you thinking that you don't know or you can't see. 7 of Wands. They said block, block, block. Trust your intuition, Virgo. Block. Weigh your options because it's time for something to end. Something that's coming to a horrific ending. Whatever it is that you are working on, you got to pay attention to what it is that requires your attention. Because 10 of Wands is just putting in too much work into something and you don't have to. The 8 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands, putting too much time, effort, and attention into one thing when there's something else that requires your attention. There's going to be some type of transformation or a death that happens that is going to bring balance into your life. There will be collaborations, healthy collaborations that are coming forth, but it's time for you to release yourself of unhealthy influence, unhealthy attractions, unhealthy connections. Delegate. It's time to delegate here. When you make a decision, I'm telling you, some of y'all partner Red Seas with, man, y'all got some good cards coming up in through here. Judgment, Justice, the Chariot, the 5 of Swords, and the Sun. I'm telling you, don't argue with nobody. Stay focused. Anytime I see some petty shit in the middle of some major stuff that's about to happen, remember to stay on course. Stay on track. Do not allow small issues or petty conversations, or because this may be a time where you don't have time to talk about the little stuff, talk about what's going on in the blogs. Maybe you don't have time for that right now because you are in a space where you have to clear out everything. You have to stay focused. You have to compartmentalize everything, but stay in this space. Keep your eye on the prize and not look left or right, because what I'm getting with that is that anytime you're about to do something major, you're gonna have to pull back, baby. You can't discuss things that you would have discussed in the recent past, because you have to be so caught up and in love with what it is that you are doing. Not saying that you don't live your life and all of that. It's just that you don't want to have yourself in a space where you are allowing negative thoughts, negative emotions, things you close the door on. It's so easy to walk back into some bullshit or be pulled into some bullshit when you're supposed to be focused. It's so easy to get caught up or pulled into situations that you rid yourself of. It's so easy to do that, but once you close the door on something, keep that door closed. Because like I was telling y'all the other day, they got the 7 deadly sins. Ooh, okay. But with them 7 deadly sins, it's over 1,000 and some odd ways that they manifest. And there's different ways that they are connected to other things. One connects to the other. So you got to be very careful and very mindful. So when you close the door on something, keep that door closed. If you know that you're not going to deal with nobody no more, you broke up with somebody, you're not dealing with them no more, they showed you who they are, you're not going to do that, it took you a long time to come up out of it, bitch, don't go back. You got to make up your mind so much to the point where it's not that you holding no grudges. Because sometimes people think, oh, you just holding grudges. No, you are not holding grudges. You are not being bitter. Bitch, you love yourself enough to know that is unhealthy. And if you go back to that, you're going to be back where you started in a repetitive cycle. You're not going to be able to stick to your vision because that was not in alignment with where they are taking you. I did good. I did good today. I ain't act up or nothing. Chat. All right. I love y'all. I love you, baby. Say it, I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Keep grinding. Keep shining. Hey, all right. I'm out of here. Like a bouncing baby boy. Make sure that y'all share here on Facebook. I'd appreciate it. And for those of you on Instagram, we'll be back tomorrow. Let's figure it out, baby. Bye, Kanokin. Thank you, baby. Gotta get in there. You was on the patio from yesterday freaking out because it was so many birds and they were coming so close. Just let them see what they talking about, babe. What are y'all talking about? Because they be whispering and stuff. Like, babe, what is y'all even whispering about? Chirp, chirp. Babe, what is that? Is that French? But nah, Kanoki, you'll be alright. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. I'm gonna come and like y'all comments. I'm gonna get up out of here. That's the sixth cough. I think that's six. Oh, Rochelle. Okay, thank you. Because I didn't get to see everybody that came in here because I tried to make sure I zone in and not be distracted or anything like that. So thank y'all so much for joining me here today. I really appreciate y'all. Please share the live in any groups that you are a part of. Good, bad, or indifferent. I don't care. Spread the word, honey. All right. I love y'all. Bye.